I just finished watching this video from this girl. She's also Latina. She shared a story time about her dating this guy who got sloppy drunk, and he was very adamant about driving home. And she was like, no, you could put your life in danger. And after that experience, that she could never date someone that gets sloppy drunk. I have never shared this with anyone because I felt like I had to protect him. But my ex-boyfriend struggled with substance use. And as she was saying this story, I'm like, fuck, I remember last summer when we started dating, we went out. And this is the summer, the year that I was like completely sober. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go on a sober year, not drink at all. I was never really a drinker either. My parents are both like very anti-drinking. I kind of started noticing that I was like, oh, he kind of drinks a lot. But I thought maybe because he was in the military, I expressed my concerns. But it wasn't until this particular incident that happened where we were coming from the bar and he did not want to give me his car keys and he was insisting in driving. And why I'm bringing this up, because that's exactly what happened to the girl in the story time. And in her case, he ran off. In my case, he and I were like arguing on the street, and me asking him for the keys. Like, give me your fucking keys. I'm not going to let you drive. You could hurt yourself. You could hurt me, and you can hurt someone else that has no fault in this. And he was just so pissed off. Finally, he said, fuck, fine, whatever. Here's my fucking keys. And then he started punching the dashboard. I'm like, I never told my parents or anyone because I was really scared that they were not going to like him, honestly. And we had a conversation afterwards. I'm like, hey, that was not okay. He's like, no, I just had a little bit too much to drink. It's no big deal. And I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, I wanted to have that empathy. I'm like, if you do have problems with substance use, you need to find resources. I can help you find resources. We can do this together. What support do you need? And why I'm sharing this is because June is also Men's Mental Health Month, and I do think that a lot of Latinos and a lot of men in our community struggle with substance use or use alcohol as a form of a coping skill to deal with their emotions. A lot of people don't talk about it, but it's true. I know this whenever I was working as a mental health therapist. Maybe they just all need to talk to each other. I don't know. I have a lot of Latinos that follow me. What do you guys think? And sometimes I hate how I can't talk for other communities, but in the Mexican community, it's like, oh, that's just who we are. I'm like, well, that's not true. I think it's more of a way of dealing with childhood trauma, a coping skill, if anything, a really not so great coping skill. Also, not to mention that there is a genetic component when it comes to substance use as well. So just keep that in mind. I want to bring up this conversation, especially because June is men's mental health month. So